Nope.
Joking.
Algernon!
I'm breaking down each episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Here's 99 things you missed in Brooklyn Nine-Nine's second episode, The Tagger.
You're 3 minutes late, Peralta.
I had a plumbing problem.
This is our first look at Jake's apartment. Some things I noticed are the shark plush, arcade tickets, and these twin rubber ducks. There's also this spill bag of chips whose brand I couldn't make out.
Which reminds me, I'm gonna need a new departmentally issued phone.
The NYPD did actually issue smartphones to officers. However, they usually relied on a custom version of the terrible Windows Phone operating system, meaning Jake's toilet water damaged phone is still probably the better option.
Everyone, gather round.
There are a handful of new trinkets on Charles's desk. The one that stuck out the most to me was a coffee cup with Rosa's name written on it.
I was 3 minutes late.
You can see this post-it and sign combo, which is a reference to Clint Eastwood in the movie Magnum Force.
I'm calling the police.
I am the police.
And above the door of the briefing room, you can see one of many flag memorial cases dotted about the precinct.
Here are 2 pictures. One is your locker. The other is a garbage dump.
That one's the dump.
They're both your locker.
God, I should have guessed that.
Undies, dirty.
So I won't confuse it with undies, clean. Algernon!
This is a reference to the titular lab mouse in the novel Flowers for Algernon. This is the first use of the show's iconic intro. We saw a handful of the shots used in the pilot, and we'll see all but one going forward, as the final shot was filmed exclusively for use in the show's intro. I'm also going to take this opportunity to point out some of the details in this frequently used establishing shot. The sign above the door seen in the actual 78th Precinct building has been erased. Surprisingly though, this ad for the Hummer H3 has been partially left in, and this squad car in the foreground is still marked as being from the 78th Precinct. This would be an understandable mistake, but there was actually a corrected version in the pilot.
Okay, detectives, let's get started. Where are we with the J Street drug bust?
J Street is a real location in Brooklyn and is known for being a pricey, gentrified area. As we'll see in a second, this very much fits the apartment they'll search. As well as this, we can see on the whiteboard that Jake and Amy have evened the score since last episode, and someone has started a game of tic-tac-toe with the statistically best opening move.
We just got a warrant to search the dealer's apartment.
Take Boyle and Diaz.
Dream team.
In the next shot, we see Charles' his badge mug has magically changed to say I Heart New York.
Someone has been painting wieners on squad cars.
More whiteboard details. Next to these crime stats, we see a list of detectives. The only one we know being Diaz. The rest aren't linked directly to characters, but here are my guesses for Pepeta, Adams, Butler, and Smith.
What are those 2 little round things at the bottom?
It's a butt.
This is Scully's first line in the show, and honestly, I couldn't think of a more perfect introduction to his character.
I'm gonna plant a decoy squad car as bait.
This map section is taken from an area just northeast of McCarran Park in Brooklyn.
Meanwhile, I'll be waiting in an undercover vehicle here.
You should take my minivan. It's a good idea, Sergeant. We'll take the van.
We?
A few lines were cut here. Jake tries to offload Holt onto an ever-enthusiastic Amy, but Holt insists his presence should be seen as a punishment and not a reward.
Drug dealer got a BA in art history from Brooklyn College.
Brooklyn College does in fact have a highly regarded art history BA course, and for some reason producer Matthew Nadella has a far more defined name than anyone else. Not only is this random guy sat at Scully's desk, but these two are gathered around Terry's.
I couldn't help overhearing you're looking for some missing drugs. Carlene is a psychic.
I do palms, tarot, and I have a degree in numerology from the internet.
There isn't a formal degree in numerology, so the From the Internet is doing a lot of heavy lifting here.
Really, Gina? A psychic.
Last week she predicted I would have a sensuous encounter with a guy named Mark. Is anyone here named Mark?
I spent way too long looking for clues that give away where this interior shot was filmed, but the only thing I came up with was this wooden duck.
I have a bit of a wooden duck situation.
Excuse me, what now?
And this cutaway doesn't fade back correctly.
You're good. Also, she can get you amazing deals on ladies' footwear. She's assistant manager at Leonard's Designer Shoes.
The script had Carlene actually predict she would soon become the manager. Naturally, Leonard's Designer Shoes is not a real brand, but Leonard Silver and Leonard Paris are both designer brands that sell shoes.
I see the letter L, R, S, T, W, E, and B. So basically everyone's first 8 guesses in Hangman?
This is far from the best opening 8 in Hangman. Not accounting for word size, here are the most commonly occurring letters.
Thank you. Carlene, your entire life is garbage.
So Holt's coming on my stakeout now?
I'll point out some of the other trinkets later, but Terry looks to have NYPD cologne on his desk. I can't even begin to fathom what this would smell like.
I made a mixtape with some very explicit rap on it, and now I can't sing along.
You made a mixtape?
Jake listening to tapes makes sense, as we later learn he drives a 1967 Ford Mustang Fastback, which comes with a tape deck as standard. And this guy wearing the beanie moves back a little when the camera cuts.
There is a new sheriff in town, Jake.
Well, I like the old sheriff.
Hey! What the hell's going on here?
I want to see what happens if I taser this cantaloupe.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
McGintley's office blinds are closed, which I assume was done to hide the details added for Holt. Other than showing this calendar that is identical to the one seen in the present version of the precinct, this camera angle reveals Scully and Hitchcock's full names. These names were chosen specifically to honor Mike Scully and Norm Hiscock, both of whom worked as writers on Parks and Recreation. Outside of this, Mike Scully was the showrunner on The Simpsons for many years, and Norm Hiscock wrote for SNL, making this the second cameo from an SNL alumni. Thank you also for correcting my grammar.
And McGintley wouldn't care if I was 3 minutes late because he was always an hour late and hungover.
Jake initially referred to McGintley as a god in a cut line.
I just want to apologize for my fellow detective's behavior.
The Rosa Cup has now been replaced with a Charles one. I'm sure this was fully intentional and has great symbolic meaning that I can't yet understand.
My granny also had a gift.
The two vitals I can read on this monitor are within normal, healthy range. Despite this, Nonna Boyle still predicts,
I will die soon.
She died 2 years later.
The woman you love.
Yes.
She doesn't love you back. She will never love you back.
This exterior shot is outside 1046 North Orange in Los Angeles. And this squad car is a 9th generation Chevrolet Impala, which was actually used by the NYPD. This one also has the accurate 99th precinct marking, as well as the CPR acronym. This was coined by the NYPD in 1997, but has largely been phased out in the past few years. Terry's minivan is a 2002 Kia Sedona EX, but with a plate that is not currently registered in the state of New York.
Say hello to Harvey Norgenblum.
While the name Norgenblum doesn't appear to be a direct reference to anything, there does happen to be a bathrobe of the same name. Some of you suggested I keep a running counter for each of Jake's alter egos. Here's where the counter stands after these ones in the pilot.
CPA, recently divorced father of 2 with a dark sexual secret.
CPA stands for Certified Public Accountant, which is a fittingly dull job for this character. Being a divorced dad of 2 also fits this cover, as we can see 2 car seats in the back for Cagney and Lacey. Sadly, I don't have anything on Harvey's dark sexual secret, but his insistence on being a sandals guy makes me think it's something foot-related.
He's a sandals guy. And why are you micromanaging me?
You think I want to be sitting here with you instead of running my precinct?
I put away bad guys. That's what matters.
Well, so does doing your paperwork, showing up on time, wearing proper footwear.
There is once again a yellow cab in the background. They feature enough in the show that I've decided they're worth keeping track of.
Counter offer, I give you $50 and you let me do whatever I want.
The scripted version had Holt correctly predicting that Jake did not in fact have $50. Holt's persistence that Jake pays attention to details may have distracted him from the fact that he parked the minivan next to a no parking spray. Police on stakeouts aren't actually allowed to park illegally, and even if they were, doing so would likely draw undue attention to them. I'll add this to our unofficial list of stakeout no-nos.
Quick update on the tagger situation. He is currently spray painting our van right now. Police, freeze!
NYPD, freeze!
You're busted.
Jake was initially meant to deliver the following badass line. You just winged the wrong minivan, kid. Is that, I don't know what is a badass voice? Is that good? I don't know.
Oh, hey, Captain. I'm gonna have to get back to the most important piece of police work there is.
Not big enough to be its own detail, but why do so many criminals in the show wear beanies?
Writing a perfect report.
I'm anxious to read it. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna do one more. Hey, Sarge, do you know where we keep the glitter?
This angle shows us more of Terry's desk and reveals a handful of very paternal trinkets. It also shows that the out of order sign from the pilot has been updated, which actually makes sense, as the elevator then opens for seemingly no reason.
The tagger drew a penis on your minivan. I'm sorry, please don't chase after me.
There's a penis!
I'm pretty sure this child's drawing in the background is of the Twin Towers, which makes sense as we are in New York, but now means we are 2 for 2 with episodes mentioning them in some way.
Ceilings.
This exterior is of the proper hotel, which is the same building used for Morgenthau's apartment in the pilot.
You know what they don't teach you at the academy? Better to be a criminal.
Charles was scripted to repeat his art history finding in a failed attempt to impress Rosa.
The psychic predicted drugs would be found in something blue.
I see the color blue.
Unlike Holt's
Manscaping.
from the last episode, this slow motion shot is taken from the earlier regular speed scene and just slowed in post.
Whoa, jackpot.
Where was it?
Behind the hamper.
What color was the hamper?
Green.
Yes, the clothes hamper was green. The clothes hamper was green.
You're weird.
Hey, Gina, can you look up what the humidity was about an hour ago?
Don't feel like it, no.
This carelessness goes against this post-it we see on her desk. As we see in a second, it has "I love my job" written on it repeatedly.
What's your name?
My name is Banana Fartman MD.
While I couldn't find someone with this exact name, Fartman is an obscure German surname, and there is a soccer player named Banana Yaya.
I need to fill this thing out perfectly so my boss will get off my back.
Trevor was meant to call this sentiment gay, to which Jake would respond that Holt actually is. Trevor would then repeat himself.
How old are you?
610. A Highlander.
This is a very unsubtle reference to a movie of the same name, in which several immortal warriors known as Highlanders battle it out until only one remains. This deflection is especially funny as we find out Trevor is far younger than the movie itself.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news. All of her predictions are wrong.
Gina has a floorgasm poster behind her, even though the show doesn't actually mention her connection to it until a later episode.
No way.
We found the cocaine behind a green hamper. Never said green or the letter H.
Blue and yellow, Charles. Those two colors make green. L and B.
Laundry basket.
Oh, little boo-boo.
Huh? Did she just say no? Maybe Gina's the one with the prophetic powers, as this line was improvised.
Your prints were on file.
More Jake trinkets. It's probably unintentional, but Jake and Charles having matching policemen is quite cute. And taped up by the door is another random mugshot of unknown origin.
Nice to meet you, Trevor Podolsky. Your father is Deputy Police Commissioner Podolsky.
20.2 kilos. I feel like we could round up to 21.
While this is the same set they use in future episodes, the furniture tends to shift around. I'll point out these changes when they come up.
I'll call the DA. Rosa, you log this in. Charles, maybe watch Gina.
So what are you doing tonight?
Nope.
Deputy Commissioner's son, huh?
Holt has a series of new trinkets behind him. It's also our first proper look at this wall. My favorite of these new discoveries being a Follow Your Heart mug seen in the coffee machine.
My report has over 25 pages of meticulous research diagrams and maps. I even put an About the Author section on the back.
We don't get a clear look at the text, but in the script the caption is written as Detective Peralta at work in Brooklyn, turtleneck courtesy of Amy Santiago. But is this substantial enough to even be considered a section? And Jake is wearing this unexplained green watch.
I told you to do every part of your job.
Has anyone ever told you you look exactly like a statue?
Man.
Charles' lips don't sync with what he's saying. This scene is our first proper view of the break room, as well as giving us a partial look at the roof. It also has this corkboard littered with posters. A lot of these are recurring around the precinct, so we'll talk about them in more detail when they come up.
You know, it can be a burden to always know what's going to happen in the future.
The chocolate Gina buys from the vending machine is simply labeled candy. If this wasn't suspicious enough, it also teleports into her hand between cuts.
Don't get out of the chair. I just had a vision of you leaving this chair and getting seriously injured.
Oh my God.
Not a detail, but I absolutely love how Charles delivers this line. This scene was actually meant to be even worse for Charles, as in the script Gina reveals he now owes Carlene $200 in cash for her predictions.
Wheel ya off a bridge. I'm kidding. Oh, you're alone.
This whiteboard advertises an inter-precinct football match. The 6-4 is a real precinct, but I can't find any Malley Field in Brooklyn.
Uh-oh, you're alone for life.
And as Gina wheels Boyle out, we can see this incredibly ill-advised firearm safety sign.
So, here are my options.
This is the same whiteboard from the pilot. I covered most of the details before, but this list of place names is now far more visible, all of which are Brooklyn street names.
I say piss off Holt, so we get to watch your career end right in front of us.
I'm going to put you down for don't arrest, and I'm also going to put your phone number on every urinal in Rikers.
Rikers is an island in the East River that is home to New York City's largest jail. It has a reputation for abusive inmates and costs upwards of $500,000 to detain one person there for a year. As a wise man once said,
Prison real bad.
thankfully the New York City Council voted to decommission the prison by the end of 2026.
Don't arrest him, smack him.
So you're suggesting police brutality.
I guess so, yeah. Why?
Boyle, what do you think?
I don't know, man. I'm lost.
I'm going to put you down for bummer.
Terry was scripted to suggest giving Trevor the death penalty for wienering his minivan.
Jake, there's a very sexy official here, Deputy Commissioner Podolsky. He's asking for you. Very angry, elderly, sexy, furious.
Gina was meant to refer to Podolsky as a sexy grandpa, which results in Jake putting another mark in the bummer column.
See you at the bottom, Hitchcock.
Both Scully and Terry are up and out of the room way too fast here.
Deputy Commissioner.
Where's my son?
He is at my desk.
Trevor, what'd you do this time?
Put on a coy smile and say, nothing.
Trevor's hoodie appears in his hand when the camera cuts. Like Holt, Podolsky has a series of medals above his badge. The fully green bar is an NYPD combat cross and sits above the meritorious police duty and excellent police duty bars we saw with Holt. He also shares the firearms proficiency bar, but above it appears to be an LAPD Liberty Award. Wearing medals from other areas is allowed and implies Podolsky served in the LAPD before moving to New York. I'm guessing they put this detail here to distract from the fact that his name is spelled incorrectly.
I'm saying maybe it's a possibility he made a mistake.
Not only was Trevor playing solitaire, but he also drew a butt on Jake's monitor. Lines mentioning this directly were cut from the script, but Trevor's handiwork remains as a background detail for eagle-eyed viewers.
I think we can all agree that I'm ordering you to let this slide.
Would you actually mind just checking out my report?
Oh, thank you.
Have a good one.
The sign above the bin is interesting, as unlike the CPR acronym seen earlier, I can't find anything surrounding its use in the real-life NYPD. Like a few other establishing shots in this episode, this is in a substantially lower resolution. Annoyingly, this makes the branded van that passes by impossible to identify. I was actually shocked this detail carried over from the pilot set, but the new lockers also have a keep door closed sign. The fridge also has a clearer view of some recurring posters. Other than the floorgasm, motivational quote, and memorial triathlon posters, there is also one advertising a Run for Life charity event. While this is an actual charity, this poster was made by the props team, and has the fictional 99th Precinct listed as a sponsor. And we also get a clearer view of the calendar from earlier.
What's up with the chair?
Carlene predicted if I get out of this chair, I'd get badly hurt, so...
You can get hurt anywhere, Boyle. You make your own destiny.
Well, case is officially out of my hands. No charges filed.
We can see the article from the pilot in the background.
Why is there yogurt on this?
The deputy commissioner threw my report in Terry's trash can.
Terry loves yogurt.
This starts the long-running Terry yogurt connection, and is also the first of many Terry loves blank statements. Both of these become staples of the show.
It's out of your hands.
All right, I see what you're trying to do, but I'm not going to arrest him. I'm going to arrest him!
You want backup?
Yes!
The Hartmoor is a fictional location and is actually 453 South Spring Street. They once again altered this sign in post.
What is this? You can't do this.
Excuse me, sir.
This extra is inexplicably wearing a pilot's hat. You can also partially see the only uncensored dong of the episode on the hood of the patrol car.
You're under arrest for vandalism and destruction of property.
Told you to back off, Peralta.
First off, the name's Santiago.
These extras pass by twice in quick succession.
You just made yourself a very powerful enemy, Holt.
You can see a sign for Bedford behind Podolsky. This sign isn't present in the actual location, so I'm guessing it was a reference to the Bedford-Stuyvesant area in Brooklyn.
I'm gonna be watching you.
You know how I'm still standing here? Because I do my job, and I do it right.
Damn, son!
Don't say son.
Holt likely has this reaction as a result of being called son by superior officers in the past, as its use in this fashion has a derogatory and racist past. Your finished Raby is written on the whiteboard behind Terry. It uses the wrong form of your, and I have absolutely no idea what it means.
Carlene, what's wrong, Gina?
Move!
Oh, wait, I take it back. She definitely is into you.
The script originally had Gina saying this interaction gave, and I quote, crazy sex vibes. Not unlike this.
Captain Raymond sex vibes.
Right on time.
You're out of uniform, Peralta.
Baby steps, Captain.
Jake was scripted to still be late here, as the frog watch we saw earlier apparently ran slow. Thank you everyone for watching. I'm absolutely blown away by the support in the last episode. I'll try not to waffle too much, but as I'm recording this, it's just hit 20,000 views, which is far beyond what I expected. Thank you to this person for pointing out an interesting detail around the Disco Strangler. I'd like to thank Lou again for just being the best, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.